Hello, lads. Let me just get set up and we'll get started. Just a sec, gotta get the live link. Is just about ready to start. Yo, Sushi Ninjan, what's going on? Just gonna do a little pickpocketing. Nothing too special. Good morning, Mike UK. Going on? Hi, how are you finding Phase 2? On Skeram, there's not really a lot of people. So, most of them just roam around in these hunting squads. What is your current gear? I've got mostly tier 1 in Shadowcraft, so I've got Night Slayer, Nixia Tooth Pendant, Night Slayer, Stoneskin Gargoyle Cape, Shadowcraft Tunic, Night Slayer Bracers, Troll Blade with Gut Gore Ripper because I'm a Hemo spec. I do have the DPS trinkets. I've got I've got engineering trinkets on right now, but was it like, hold on. Yeah, Blackhand's Breath and Hand of Justice. Painweaver Band, Blackstone Ring. I do have the Elven Rings for PvE, of course. Shadowcraft Boots, Night Slayer Belt, and Double Star Gauntlets. I have the aged core leather gloves too for daggers, which is what I normally run for PvE, but they don't really do much when you're out in the world, so. And Phase 2, almost impossible to level up at present, thinking of going PvE till BGs come. You just gotta go to the non-popular areas. Or play at the off hours, really. I'm not gonna stream very long today, guys. I'm only gonna stream like an hour and a half or so. I'm just testing something. YouTube didn't like the last stream we did, the one we did yesterday. I think we said too many gamer words. You ever use Gnomish Mind Control Cap? Yeah, I have it right down here. I actually used it earlier because there was a gnome that was instance locked out and hiding behind the Blackrock Depths, so I pulled him out. In 2v1s, I'll always try to use it, but it doesn't always work, you know? Very useful, very underrated item. I think everyone that goes into engineering should have it. But then again, I think that everyone should go engineering anyway. Classic while leveling sucks. It does, but it's... once you get done with it, you're done for good. You don't have to, like, do it again. Yeah, you tried last night, spent most of the night traveling to alternative areas and still getting roaming parties, trying to accept it at present. Unless you're on a rogue, you're dead, man. Like, you just gotta stay off the roads and stay off the popular, like, roaming farming areas. What's the gold status? It's on the left side. We're at 804 gold. Gold that we don't really need anymore. At this point, it's just free spending cash. Yeah, you're trying tonight? So you gotta play on the off hours, though, man. If you play at prime time, then everyone's out for blood. Oh god, look at them, they're all coming towards me. There we go, got him. In which phase do star rubies start to actually sell at a reasonable price? I could not tell you, possibly never. As long as rogues are pickpocketing, then star rubies will always have low value. You could hold on to them as like emergency cash. I have like a bank alt full of them, and they're 10 gold a stack or something like that. So if I ever like absolutely run out of money because I do some kind of stupid big purchase, then I can just vendor all the star rubies. I check the auction house every day for them, and if they are at least 80 silver, I'll put some up. But they won't ever all sell, you know? Yeah, you're only 42, and you're about to get your mount. You're about the Devil Star set, and still about 80 gold. Devil Star has went down really cheaply. On my server, it's 2 gold per leather now, so... It used to be like 10 or 14 when I bought mine. I think I got those.
I need to get closer.
Yeah, it's pretty cheap now. What are you using for gold at this point? Saving up for anything or just repairs and consumables? I'm good on consumables and I'm good on everything, so I don't even know anymore. Maybe to fund an alt or something, or just to give away to people for lols. Like yesterday, we were giving away gold to people to attack others in Booty Bay. Oh shit, these guys are not at the Dark Iron deposit. It's my time to mine. Gotta snag it before they get back. Oh, here they come. One more hit. I think we got it. Yeah. Very nice. Just in time. They're gonna come back and like, where'd the Dark Iron go that we were guarding? Ah. How are you, Benji? Hey, Vegan Gains. You doing pretty good. What are you using your gold for? I already read that one. So frustrated, I canceled my subscription last night. I'll finish reading it in a sec. Let me just get these guys. If you're not careful with this pack, they'll just like walk all over you when they meet in the middle. Got 3 minutes left, and so you're still gonna keep trying to travel. You were in a PvP vanilla, but you had BGs and it was doable. Maybe this was how BGs was like. Battlegrounds are gonna be so cancerous this time around. Everyone's gonna run full consumables and buffs, and it's gonna suck, man. Like until at least Allstrike Valley comes out, I don't think Warsong Gulch is gonna be any actual fun if you just solo play. Like every single person you try to stun lock is gonna have free action potions running, and you know, swiftness potions, and it's just gonna be cancer, man. For me, all I do in Battlegrounds, I play very lazily. I just go to the back line where people are trying to get heals, and then I just stab them down. That's it. That's all I do. And it's good enough. Maybe I'll just throw some saps out or something, but in Allstrike Valley, though, with the right gear setup, you can solo the capture points as a rogue, and you can really disrupt the game by just solo capping points and then running away and waiting for them to recap, and it's very handy. And people really like when you do it, too. Not a lot of rogues can solo a capture point. As your guilds used to say, suck it up, princess. Your professions are alchemy and herb, and some nice pots for pretty much free, yeah. Well, it's just the time that you spent to gather it, I guess. This is why you like my channel. Brighter outlook than what you get in the guild. Oh, you can't wait for the rogue plays of Allstrike Valley. Yeah, there's gonna be some good ones, man. Basically what happens is, back in the day when I played Allstrike Valley, which is what I mostly did in the vanilla, that's where I spent most of my time, I would solo cap points to the point where other rogues would have to just defend it the whole fucking match. But Horde just rolled over Alliance anyway, so it wasn't a big deal. Are you up for Perdition Blade? I'm in a DKP guild, so there's one dagger rogue that has more DKP than me, but it's only by a smidgen. So if he wins a piece of gear, or outbids me on a piece of gear that we both need, then I'll have more DKP to outbid him. But I'm just gonna immediately all in on it anyway, so... You're almost about 270 on Herbalism and Alk at the moment. Hell yeah, man. Herbalism is good if you like to roam around in the world and pick up herbs, but I don't know, it's not my thing. Can you show me your talents? Yeah, sure. I'm running a Hemo spec right now. So, Master of Deception, Camouflage, Elusiveness. Hold on, let me continue lock picking here. I get Ghostly Strike, Initiative, Improved Saps, Serrated Blades, Hemorrhage, Dirty Deeds, Preparation. We get a little bit into Deadliness for the attack power because they're just wasted dump points. 3 into Improved Gouge. So we don't have Improved Spin on this build. I can't talk. And then we got Assassination, you get your crit, you get your Improved Eviscerate. Murder for that burst, Relentless Strikes. Improved Poisons to actually be able to apply Crippling. And Cold Blood, of course, because you want to burst people down as fast as possible as Hemorrhage. Man, it would have been a good investment to stockpile Elemental Fires and Mountain Silver Sage soon after launch. Prices are crazy. Hell yeah, man. I did that. I also invested in Small Flame Sacks. I was paying 5 silver, and Small Flame Sacks ended up being 1.5 gold. I was buying Elemental Fires for like 10 to 20 silver. So yeah, they're like 4 to 5 gold now. It's insane. And you learn a lot of like investment strategies from fresh private servers. If you ever played a fresh private server, you can see what the economy's like, and then you know what's going to go up in price. Can't imagine what'll happen when BWL hits. I know Living Essence goes up because less people will be doing Dire Maul. Larval Essence goes up for AQ. And one of my big investments is Evil Bad Eyes and Glowing Scorpion Blood, because those become, like, super on demand. Taylor Phillips with the sub. Hell yeah, appreciate it, man. Nice. Very good. But yeah, Evil Bad Eye and Glowing Scorpion Bloods will go up crazy during the Darkmoon Fair because you need that for the epic amulet. I mean, I have Onyxia Toothpin it, so I don't even need that amulet anymore, so I have a whole bank alt just ready to sell. And they're 20 silver on vendor value, and I buy them at like 21 to 23 silver, so I only lose a very small amount of money, which I could vendor and recoup most of it back. But they're going to be on the auction house for about 1 gold each. And it's going to cost people about 500 gold to be able to get that epic amulet. And I have enough on my bank alts to fund at least a few people, so that's a 3,000 gold easy. But I just gotta wait for the Darkmoon Fair to come out. 50 plus runs of both sides of Strat and Skolo, and haven't seen the main piece Shadowcraft once, losing my mind. It took me a lot of Skolomance runs. I was paying a dedicated farm group to just clear everything and then invite me in for the boss. And it took them like 20-something runs. And then on top of that, I did like 30 or 40 runs myself. So it's stupid ridiculous. There's the first resist of the night, morning, whatever you want to call it.
I'm out of range.
Out of range? I'm super close. What the hell? Gotta be super careful not to bump into people when you're sprinting. You stock up on small eggs for Winter event. Well, small eggs don't really sell for that much even during the Winter event, so I personally don't. Plus, they're super easy to farm anyway. It's not like there's... I mean, yeah, there's gonna be high demand. You can make some money off them, but it's not big enough for me to care. 2 gold each for Fire Elemental. Hey, that's a good deal, because they're gonna shoot up, especially if it gets Mafia'd. Yeah, guys, I normally wasn't going to stream. It's only a small stream because I'm trying something out. YouTube didn't like the stream yesterday. I guess we said some gamer words and we were a little too edgy. so I'm gonna super try to keep it PG-13 as much as possible. While we do the pickpocket farm, so you won't hear me say my usual swear words, I guess. It's a Christian stream only, bro. I have enough inventory space? I do. Let's go down. What do you think about subtlety tree for leveling? I think it's garbage. I've tried it twice on private servers, and I was slower both times than when I was combat, but it is more fun. And it makes you more formidable in world PvP. So if you don't mind slower leveling, go for it. If you have tons of gold to just pimp out your character and you can have all the epic daggers and shit, then go for it. But even then, it was still slower than just using white and green swords. Because, you know, every 3 minutes is Blade Flurry, and Adrenaline Rushes every 5 minutes, and that shit really makes a difference when you're killing lots of mobs.
Too far away.
How much are you paying per piece? I was paying 200 gold per Shadowcraft piece. And granted, I did find a few pieces myself while dungeoning, from pure luck, but I think I paid 250 for the chest piece, or I forget how much I paid, but it was at least 200 or more. For the boots, the helmet, the chest. Obviously the bracers and gloves are buying on equip, so you just buy those for cheap. Yeah, I don't know, yesterday's stream seemed fine to me too, but YouTube didn't like it. And, like, I hadn't gotten a single subscriber since, so I was like, uh-oh, has YouTube flagged my channel for inappropriateness or some shit? Like, what the fuck's going on? I mean, we just got a 1 sub a bit ago, so I probably just need to make more actual long videos that aren't 1 minute long, since YouTube doesn't like that either. They want your videos to be more than 10 minutes for some dumbass reason. Oh, some dumb butt reason. See, there I go. I said the ASS word. I'm doomed now, boys. It's all over. Shut it down. How much gold are you getting per hour on Pickpocket? I haven't really counted, but when I initially did it with this route, it was 60 of actively playing. And I just touched that guy. Whoops. Dang. Now I gotta wait 4 minutes. Well, that's enough time to run to the vendor. So let's just do that. Hell yeah, Hubert Janiki with the sub. Hell yeah. I mean, heck yeah with the sub. Appreciate it, lad. Normally okay, seems fine. Lol, almost. Lol. I have gloves, boots, braces, belts. Just get 2 more pieces, man. Now, you want Devil Star for the gloves and your pants. So get all the other Shadowcraft pieces, but, you know, keep it so when you start getting your epics, you could replace them that way. Right now, like, I'm in what? Like, I've got a bunch of Night Slayer shit on, right? Stuff on dang it, I can't do this. I can't be PG-13, guys. I'm too vulgar. I've got a bunch of Night Slayer stuff on. And, I do less DPS than when I had Night Slayer. I mean, when I had Shadowcraft on. Because that energy proc is so good. If you're fighting, like, a Molten Core boss and you get that energy proc, like, 5 or 6 times, you're gonna be #1 on the meters no matter what. Like, there's no contest. It's over. You saw they like 10+ minutes plus more ads. Seems more streamers are talking crap just to get over 10 minutes. Pretty much. Like, I try to add a little filler to some of my shorter videos, but it doesn't work. I mean, I'll just throw in a PvP clip or something. So for those that were here yesterday when I ended the stream, there was a warrior in the Bay Area of Stranglethorn Vale. We don't want to say that B word, I guess. I'm not gonna always be like this, guys. I'm just trying it out this just one time, just to see if the algorithm fucking hecking accepts it. So yeah, the warrior had a rogue with him, and they tried to gank me, but the guards completely murked them, and I survived with like 300 health. I'll add it to the next video, at the end of whatever next video I make. It's pretty cool. Wall stuff now. Unless there's a guy with Viscag and Brutality Blade just out DPSing everybody. Well, in my guild, the rogues they're pretty hardcore, so they chug Thistle Tea constantly. So it's really hard to beat them. And they also, you know, they go and get their buffs and stuff, which I get my buffs if they're handed out, but I don't really form a group to do... Oh, wait, we want the blinding powder. See what I can move. Anything? Not really. Alright, we got 40 seconds on our vanish. Heard the F word. Oh, you telling on me? You telling? It's all good. It's gonna happen. It's too natural for me to use the harsh language, you know what I mean? If they fix this beer thing, it's gonna be really sad. Just gonna pull some energy. Probably didn't need to, but it's fine. I know this isn't a pickpocket, but I gotta do something while I wait on Vanish. Yeah, especially when you relax, expect even worse at night, yeah. So when Classic first came out, pickpocket opener macros would not work. Like if you try to ambush or cheap shot a mob with pickpocket in the macro, it wouldn't work, but it works now. You just can barely see it flash on the screen there. But you can see it down here at the bottom where the loot window says that you pickpocketed them successfully. Alright, that's good for now. We can make our way back. Back to the pickpocketing, lads. Pickpocket them before you kill IM. It's every time I cheap shot it opens the pickpocket menu and loots them.
I need to get closer.
You kill the rare near the arena as well. The rare near the arena? Is it, you mean in that big circle with all the dogs? I generally don't mess with that because the dogs will see you out of stealth. Do you know the rare's name? I could look it up. I think we came from down there, so we'll do Ring of Law and then we'll jump down there. I'm gonna peek at 4chan real quick. Stop shilling, you disgusting, pathetic loser, said one person, and get a real job. Your crappy YouTube videos aren't going anywhere. Sad day. Everyone's so bitter this early on 4chan. They just need to get a GF. Oh, you're talking about Pyromancer. I wouldn't say that's a rare mob. That's just a boss. I can kill Pyromancer. It's just iffy sometimes. And yeah, you get some extra gold from it. I usually do it when I'm just really mind-numbingly bored. It does waste a Vanish, though. And if I have bad RNG, then I die. Now, if I'm combat spec, I can kill him every time, regardless of RNG, but sometimes, like, if Sap, you know, has that 10% chance to fail, if I miss some attacks, I don't have poisons applied, if the mobs get some crits on me, it's over. I'm gonna also censor chat this time around, just this time, vegan. But I will say, okay, vegans, I just resisted. He basically said that 4chan is crap these days. This is just an experiment. Just this one time, I swear, lads. It's not gonna be an ongoing thing.
I'm out of range.
Talents, I don't have any bots. I'm Hemo spec, which is 21 327. Making that cash money, I see. Not really, dude. It's not. I'm not worried about any of that kind of stuff. It's if your videos get flagged, then your whole channel disappears and it never gets recommended, which means you might as well just stream on Twitch. Hey man, it's cool, dude. You can continue to do it. It's just this one time. Do you post on V or VG? I post on both. I'm only streaming for like 1 more hour just to see if it accepts or not. I said some pretty controversial things yesterday, so I think that's why I got it flagged. But it's like, you know, you can look at analytics as a YouTuber to see how stuff is doing. And when you just see everything just drop down to 0, it's like, uh-oh. I guess I angered them, if you know what I mean. So I'm seeing if this one just flatlines as well. Because if, like, everything I make flatlines, then it means the channel's dead. And I just have to, you know, make another one or something. You still trip code? I do. My trip codes are banned until the 17th, 19th, and 24th. I haven't farmed any more trip codes. How much gold per hour are you making now that they resist more? It's less than 60, but I haven't really calculated exactly how much. The reason being is because I don't really need the money. I don't need the gold. I got these guys on the way back, I guess. They resist more. Oh, yes, they definitely resist way more. I'm saving 1,200 keys for a video. Gonna make bank I don't need. How are you getting that many keys? Are people not selling them for, like, high prices? Or do you have, like, a mage that AoE farms BRD? If you have a mage friend that AoE farms the main lobby, then they get a lot of keys. Was it a hotfix patch? I mean, it wasn't listed in any patch. I think it was just an adjustment they made. Like, the day before layering ended, they were resisting, like, every other try. Like, someone messed up their, the algorithm for their resistances or some crap. I don't really know. But you could not pickpocket, like, the day before layering ended. It was just completely scuffed. Is Alcor Sunriser worth buying as a dagger? If you can get it for like 300 gold, and you're not in a comfy raiding guild, sure, go for it. But Distracting Dagger for PvE is slightly worse. If you get lucky with that. I did like 10 Dire Maul runs and I haven't seen it. So I just, there's a resist. Bummer. Alright, we got 4 and 7 minutes until we can do anything. I buy them and trade and cheap on the auction house. There's too many people buying them on my server constantly, so the price is always up. What sword are you using? I'm using the Crow Blade. And for the offhand, I have the Gut Gore Ripper. Now, one thing I wonder is, maybe one of the songs that played in World of Warcraft triggered the copyright thing or something. I'm not really sure. YouTube doesn't tell me. It's just when something flatlines, it's like, okay, what the hell's going on here? I like your videos, man. Keep it up, please. I would like some video ideas. No raid items? Yeah, I have raid items. I have, like, Night Slayer, Nixia Tooth Pendant. I've got a bunch. Just not really big on the weapons. Am I going to make a low-level character to play against other low-level characters? No. I did that in vanilla, and it was fun when no one else did it. But now that everyone is going to do it in battlegrounds, it won't be fun anymore. It'll just be an equal playing field, which isn't as fun. Will you be streaming next Molten Core? Maybe? I think my guild likes it when I stream because they can look over the footage to see how everyone's doing. There's one other guy that actually records everything, but he hasn't shown up in a couple raids now, so because he's had family issues or something going on. So I might do that. It really depends. I don't want like 10 million streams of the same thing is what I'm trying to stop, I guess. But I could do it. I might go swords for the next raid. I'm not really sure. I've cornered the prices and have other people buy them for me. Ah, very nice. I did something like that in RuneScape. You heard about the Shadowcraft Prebis. It's better than the Prebis video than the one you put out. Yes, Shadowcraft 6-piece is very good. Shadowcraft 6-piece out DPSs me in Nightslayer. I highly recommend it. I would wear my Shadowcraft if people wouldn't give me crap for it. Because it's a lower item level, or people are like, oh, what, you have Nightslayer, bro. You spent DKP on Nightslayer. Why aren't you using it? Oh, we got the thorium shells recipe. I don't know that one. Nice. Hell yeah. I'm just gonna learn it. I'm not gonna try to sell that. That way that I can slowly complete my engineering repertoire. Big words. Vanish in 40 seconds. I don't know what server you guys are playing on, but even Crowblade is 300 plus gold and Sunraiser is 700. Now, just because people are listing Alcors for 700 gold doesn't mean it's selling for that much. There might be one or two psychos out there willing to overpay for it, but it's really not that good compared to Distracting Dagger. For PvP, it's slightly better, but Molten Core, I don't know, man. You can just get a Gut Gore Ripper for your offhand if you really want to. Alright, we got 10 seconds on Vanish. I think we're safe. Farm LBRS for Archmage pattern and Fire Resist recipe. I did initially, but it's not worth much on my server right now. I think last time I checked it was 30 gold, which to me isn't worth it. I'd love a guide on different matchups for rogues, what skills to use against different classes, etc. Could be a good video. The thing is, that would be difficult to make, and I'm more confident in my TBC PvP, like flow charting, than I am in vanilla. Like, yesterday we were figuring out how to beat a hunter that has constant flares up, and we eventually killed him by using, or abusing the Skull of Impending Doom. Which is what you're supposed to do to break the frost trap, since I didn't have a frost reflector on me. What would you recommend using, sword and dagger, or is it more on preference? Because I'm hemo spec, I'm not dagger or sword spec, so I'm using just whatever's the strongest. But if you want to get high DPS and be lazy in raids, then sword spec. And people expect you to be sword spec. If you're dagger spec, it's kind of like you're a meme spec, at least until Blackwing Lair, apparently. But for me, I go dagger spec because I want Tradition Blade. Even though I'm in a DKP guild, so it's all about DKP and not about what your spec is. But at least going dagger spec keeps me warmed up and in practice for daggers, you know? Yeah, the super saturated on my server too feels bad, man. Made a fair bit, 300 gold from 3 patterns and 1 recipe. I miss vanilla because in vanilla the Archmage pattern was 1,000 gold and no one knew how to get it. So I would farm that stuff all the time. It was very easy money. Dagger still out DPS swords and raid. Not in multi-core, at least not from what I've seen. I haven't been able to beat the sword rogues. Could just be me. Could just be that they're tryharding with Thistle Tea all the time, but I mean, there's a few times I could spike my DPS, especially when I had Shadowcraft, but without Shadowcraft, it's not as consistent. Best farm during off hours. Right now, I like to farm Aerthy Highlands. Lots of Mithril, lots of iron. The mobs, the fire elementals, the earth elementals are all very good money. Because elemental earth is used in restorative potion. Mithril is used for sapper charges, and iron is used for iron grenades. So I've been making a lot of money doing that. I got bored of it because it takes a lot of time to craft all the bombs. Like, crafting Goblin sapper charges takes a long time. And then smelting all the metal takes a while. Turning all the stone into powder takes a while. It's just... It's something you would do while you watch movies and hang out with your GF or something, or eat food. Got my Perditions plus Gut Gore. Hopefully Corehound tomorrow, only 3 pieces. Night Slayer at the moment, looking good. Nonetheless, how much DKP you got? Is there a decay if you don't use a DKP? No, there's no decay. Oh shit, I'm about to land in front of those guys. I'm at 285 DKP, and the top Dagger Rogue has like 300 something, so it's not a big lead. But I'm a big spender on DKP. Would you break Devil Sword set for Shadowcraft? I would try not to, unless you absolutely have to. I have Night Slayer chest piece, so I would replace the Devil Sword gloves. I mean, try it and compare your DPS. I think the proc is fun. When you get that little burst of energy, you get to do another ability, and that's just, I don't know, just makes my dopamine receptors just flare up, I guess. If that's even a thing. I don't know how the brain works, guys. Ah, shit. I mean, aw, shoot. Yeah, we gotta use words like darn and heck.
Out of range.
I've actually seen some vulgar YouTubers that I've watched for a very long time switch up their vernacular as well. It's like, what the heck, man? Where's the edginess? What happened, bro? Ah, frick. You frickin' fricks. Aerothy is good because you can check on the title charm guy. My server has that on lockdown. You have to absolutely AFK camp it with unit scan, and then time out, or get a good timing on the spawn.
I need to get closer.
My guild doesn't My guild doesn't do DKP, they do free roll. Is that a good thing? It is if you're lucky, and you don't have a constant influx of new people that also need gear. Like, if it's the same people every week, eventually they'll get the gear and they'll stop rolling on what you need. But if you're lucky, then you'll win everything. The 60 gold an hour in the title was quite a clickbait, my dude. No, it was legit 60 gold an hour of active playtime. I even say it in the video. And I even have a little picture of a Wojak trying to put a square toy in a circular hole. And I'm like, it's active playtime. It's 60 gold an hour if you actively play. Not waiting on Vanish, not AFK waiting on, you know, the pockets to come back. Not from like walking all the way here to all the way there, right? This isn't really actively playing. This is just auto walking. Do you do PvP? I do, but right now it's all just roaming squads, so it's really hard to like solo somebody when they're always in a group. And my server has the lowest population of alliance out of all the PvP servers. Oh, well, maybe not the population number, but the ratio of horde to alliance is the absolute most skewed at the moment. Or always, rather. It's not like they're gonna open transfers to Skeram alliance. How much gold do you have? It's on the left side. We were at 804. We're now at 821.
Too far away.
And then I've got a bunch of gold on alts and bank alts, and I think the warrior that I started a week ago has 80 on it. Something like that. I don't really need the gold at this point. I've bought everything that I could possibly use. It's just used for investing at this point. Speaking of investments, I have bank alts full of crap that will sell in phase 3 and 5. I'm running combat daggers at the moment. It's way more fun than sword spec. A friend gave me Kroll while I was leveling, so experienced both. Daggers are totally viable currently with 28 to 32% crit. No Oni buff, 600 to 800 DPS with buff, and good management. Our next prediction is going to Warrior, though, so thoughts on that? Why? I get it, it's good for tanking, but it's not... Like, it gets replaced immediately in Blackwing Lair. It's stupid, man. It's like, okay, well then do rogues get the first Thunder Fury then? I would just constantly fucking pitch a fit. Uh-oh. I'm using gamer words again, guy. You got 800 gold doing this shit? What the fuck? I can't hold back. The gamer words are too strong. You just gotta do it. Like, as long as you play every day, you'll be making gold. Like, I play on average like 12 to 16 hours a day, and I've spent several thousand gold on this character on either investments or gear. Like, I would legit pay people to do dungeons for me, and I just zone in on the boss and loot the drop for like 200 gold each per drop. Like, Hand of Justice, I paid 100 gold to get into a group where no one needed it, just so they would invite me over other rogues that also need the darn thing, right? Think I can do this on a 56 with improved stealth? No, I wouldn't risk it, man. At 56, they will resist way, way more often. Also, it makes it really harder to weave in between the mobs. If you clear arena, these mobs that I'm pickpocketing now will become neutral. And you can walk through them without aggro. But at 60, I still get resisted a lot, as you can see just now. So I don't recommend it until you're 60. Have you made any characters that are low level who have really good gear? Asks Moi. And I'm not saying that word because I'm afraid of the YouTube algorithm right now. Just as an experiment today. Just experimenting. I have in vanilla, and I will not in classic, because everyone's gonna do it. And when everyone does it, it's not fun anymore. Farming BRD while watching another rogue farm a BRD. 900 IQ. Is Crusader the best enchant for both main hand and offhand, or does it depend? A lot of the guides online say Crusader on your offhand and plus 5 weapon damage on your main hand, which is what I did. But I looked at the top parsing rogues on my server, which happened to be an Onslaught, which is one of the top parsing guilds in the world. And they run dual Crusader. So I think double Crusader is ideal. Also, you get slightly more heals when you're doing solo stuff. I can see your health decay the more you use the word darn. Yes, it's very soul-destroying, but we have to do this experiment, you know, just as a control group thing, right? Just to see if it's what I'm saying or if it's the game that's no longer suitable. Or maybe the background music that the game has. I don't really know what's causing it to do this. Can you do this with your raid spec? You can, but you have to wait extra long on your vanishes because there's no preparation to refresh it. Yeah, I feel the same about Perditions. Weird, but they want to test it on, and no other rogues are daggers at the moment. Well, so this means that if you're the dagger rogue of the guild and they won't give you the main dagger that you're going to use, then they don't value you as a raider. So I wouldn't value them as a guild. That's how I take it. I refuse to be in a guild where I get mistreated, treated like crap, treated like a subhuman, treated like a cog in a machine. I want to be treated as a person that they value and can socialize and be friends with. I don't care how good they are at the game, as long as they aren't constantly wiping on like Luciferon, right? If it takes them 2 hours to clear Molten Core, I'm cool with that. As long as they're chill and they treat me as a human being. Why is it even called that word that Joe X90 said? That was just from Diablo 2, I believe, or other MMOs where it was before the word became a word for something else. I promise, guys, I don't always talk like this. It's just this one time, okay? Okay, guys? Crusader is best for swords. IMO daggers can use plus 5 weapon damage on main hand and agility on offhand. Well, the agility enchant doesn't exist yet, but I do agree that plus 15 agility is probably better. I prefer it, honestly. You going for rank 14? I am not. But always Crusader and offhand. The reason I'm not going for rank 14, Richard, is because it's an extreme, huge commitment. Everyone else that's tryharding and has more friends than me is going to get it first anyway. Next Ramus gear is better, so there's no reason to even do it. The reason people did it back in the day is because we didn't know Naxxramas was ever going to come out or what kind of gear was in Naxxramas, right? We were led to believe that rank 14 gear was always going to be the #1 gear set in the whole game forever. And that isn't how it was. Yeah, it's a good set now, but just wait for Naxxramas. You can farm trash for a servo arm. It's like a 1% drop rate from trash, and everyone's going to be farming Naxxramas trash. So everyone's going to be running around with servo arms that are way better than the rank 14 weapons. What's up, dog? Is 2-hour MC is good. It's okay. It's not really ideal, but it's acceptable for me. I mean, I would be willing to take 4 hours to do MC, honestly. But that's just me. I know not everyone can do that because they have jobs and girlfriends and work, which is having a job and a life and family and blah blah blah. But for me, it's like as long as everyone's chill, I am cool with however long it takes. Now, doing a molten core that takes 20 minutes where everyone is at each other's throats and yelling at each other and it's super stressful, that's not for me. I don't want to do that. It's not how I want to play this game. And yeah, 20 minutes is huge compared to 2 hours, but at high stress levels and where no one's actually friends or interacting with each other in a bro type of manner, it's not my thing. I don't think that's how the game should be played. Agility Enchantress Phase 3, yeah. You just play WoW all day, or do you have a job or school? I don't, I'm a NEET. I had a job as a retail manager a year ago. I was fired because I followed a shoplifter out. So yeah, I haven't had a job since. I just live off my savings. And donations, I guess. And I also live in a van, so I don't really have to pay rent or anything, so I save a lot of money doing that. Agreed, it's all about happy medium. No need to stress over nonsense, yeah. Like, 10 years from now, are you gonna remember doing Molten Core? Like, yeah, you'll remember Molten Core, maybe. But is it worth all the stress and all the high blood pressure raising crap? You know you don't live in a van. How do you play WoW, WTF? I'm playing WoW from my girlfriend's place right now. But I can also play WoW from the van by using the local business Wi-Fi, which isn't ideal for streaming, and I wouldn't be able to talk because, well, you're not supposed to be in a business parking lot streaming World of Warcraft. How much do you have saved? I have 13 years of retail waging saved, which will last me 7 years before I starve to death. You have a dream? Yeah, sure. I guess I dream of having a lot of friends where I can play games with. Like, you know those big YouTubers that play Rust and they announce to their community that they're going to play on a certain server, and there's just like 50 people that join the server just to zerg down everybody? I think that would be something that would be really cool to have. And, you know, I guess maybe owning land or a house someday would be cool, but I highly doubt I'll ever get there. What bitrate do I stream at? I stream at 6,000 with NVE and C, which I think is the most. Dang, you saved a lot. It's because I live minimalistically. I don't really buy things. You know people that go to Starbucks every day and they spend like $5 or $6 on a drink. They go see the latest movies. They buy the latest video games. They buy new clothing every other week. They get a haircut every like month. They buy all the newest phones. They have a phone. I don't own a phone, so I don't pay a phone bill. The only time I owned a phone is when I hit management level, and I was paying like $3 a month on phone time on a burner phone. It wasn't even a smartphone. Like, I've never owned a smartphone in my life. Because I live minimalistically. I don't need that stuff, man. It's a waste of money to me. Also, I don't really do like checkups or hospital visits because it's really pricey. So unless it's a huge emergency or I'm in dire pain, I just don't go to the clinic or anything. I just try to do a home remedy, or I just tough it out. My GM wanted to recreate Vietnam in Stranglethorn Vale, and was wondering if there were landmines. I told him I have the schematic, but I don't know the details on limits on it. I was wondering if you knew. The Goblin landmine is what you're talking about. I believe I know it. Let me see. It'll be under explosives. Goblin landmine is 3 heavy blasting powder, 2 iron bars, and a gyrocrotonome. So, pretty easy to make, but it only does like 500 damage. And that's if they step on it. I actually saw someone use the landmine effectively today. There's a warlock on my server that multi-boxes, and he put 5 landmines with all of his warlocks right in front of the Blackrock Depths entrance, so when Alliance would zone out, they would just blow up and die. It was hilarious. It's basically free honor. The sad thing is it blows up the second the first person zones out, so if a whole party zones out, only one person dies from it. You should join the military. I have terrible, terrible eyesight, and I am not qualified to be in the military. I am technically legally blind, which means I can see like an arm's length in front of me just fine. And with corrective lenses, I can see decently enough to drive and stuff, but the military won't let you fly jet planes, they won't let you operate vehicles, they won't let you even shoot. So, yeah. Because that was the original plan as a teenager, was to join the military and do some PvP, but nah, not allowed, man. Also, I don't have an education, and the military in my area requires high school education, which I am incapable of doing. You're old as fuck if you were in retail for 13 years. You can join retail as early as 15, dude. Like, it doesn't mean you're old. You're only 15? Well, yeah, I'm older than 15, man. Blind like Charles. I don't know who Charles is. Yeah, sight is a major issue. Guaranteed house in 4 years. Guaranteed house in 4 years for the military? What's up, Benji? What's up, Giab? Hey, Giab, we're trying something different this stream. It's a very short stream. Our last stream, YouTube didn't like it, and it kind of flatlined everything. So I'm seeing if it was something I said or did in the last stream, or if it's just gonna flatline everything from here on out. So we're trying to keep our language all nice and acceptable for the algorithm, you know? Hello, Sick Invictus. What's going on? So do they despawn, or how many can you place at a time? You can only place 1 at a time, and they'll despawn after like a couple minutes. It also takes them a few seconds to arm, so you can't just dump it on somebody and it blow them up immediately. I gotta open a few boxes here. Throw that out. For 4 years easy. That is if you don't get killed. Should I make a group for Fellstriker res and ninja loot Dalaran when it drops? I don't recommend ninjing because people will remember you and hold grudges forever. But I mean, if you can form a group, then reserve Fellstriker. I've never seen it drop, but maybe you'll get lucky and see it drop. Seems you got the same pickpocket macro as I do. So convenient. Oh, yeah. I don't even have to click on mobs. They just need to be in front of me. Very nice. So once Battlegrounds come out, that's pretty much what we'll be streaming most of the time. Hope you guys don't mind. Very limited inventory space. I think we can do one more round before we need a vendor. Can you show us your pickpocket macro, please? Yeah, sure. I'll just paste it into the chat. I also have slash cast pickpocket on cheap shot and ambush. I have a clear target pickpocket macro, bound it to mouse scroll. I tried that, but like with classic, I can't. You have there's like a small global from when you do the animation to when you loot the items. Even with add-ons that make your looting faster, it's not like in Wrath of the Lich King where you can just pickpocket 30 mobs a second. Or at least not for me. Like, if I mash really quickly and try to pickpocket everything around me, it might loot one person. Or it might leave items on another person. So I just pickpocket, wait for the window to pop up, and then I move on. Like, the rogue has this weird little reaching animation, right? Where he, like, reaches forward and claps his hands. And usually after the clap is when the loot is distributed. At least that's how it's working on my character currently. I know that's not how it was in vanilla, and that's not how it was in Wrath of the Lich King or TBC. I'm a firefighter in the Air Force, so it's so easy. Also in Japan, so safest place in the world. Also, there's no fires in the military, so easy 4-year ride. Hell yeah, man. I think it'd be cool just to be a firefighter, not even in the military. Like, I'm big enough for it. And fire and heat doesn't really bother me. Most people that complain about the heat around me, I'm like, it's not hot at all. I might try to 1080p 30 FPS stream at 6K, then you know which CPU present you have in OBS. I believe I use main. Is that what you're asking? It's been a while. I know there's like main, baseline, and something or high, right? I use main, if that's what you're asking. Any good ways to avoid vanish bug? Is that my biggest problem in BRD? Yeah, you want to macro your vanish to /stop attack. And you also want to sprint, face away from the mobs, and then vanish. Which, you got to see a live example just now. Firefighters get a lot of lung damage. Well, I don't smoke or anything, so my lungs are in pristine condition. I had an uncle that was a fire chief, and he seems healthy enough. He's old now, but his lungs seem okay. I don't know. I mean, for the amount of like street cred you get for being a firefighter and the pay they get, I would probably sacrifice that. That would be the profile. The CPU preset would be like fast, medium, slow, etc. Oh, I guess I do fast then. Classic WoW is so boring. I just raid log. Everyone seems to be quitting. Classic died down a lot. That is true, man. Very, very true. I feel the same way. It's not like in vanilla. In vanilla, there was constant new growth. Lots of new players coming into the game. But now, there's like nobody. Like, only the hardest of hardcore have stayed to play. I use show tooltip, so when I mouse over my pickpocket, it says pickpocket. That's all. We're getting more potions today, guys. It's been 56 minutes, and I've gotten 20 superiors and 5 majors. That's not too bad. Feels like YouTube compression the stream a lot more than Twitch. I appreciate the help. Cheers. I know if you're like bigger on Twitch, you get more priority, but let me check something. Let me make sure my frame rate is correct. Yeah, I've got it set to 30. And it could be my internet too. I don't know, man. Isn't this type of farm gets worse as the retalent gets more expensive? I mean, yeah, once you hit 50 gold for a respec, it's not as good, honestly, but I raid 1 day a week, and that's 6 days to recoup 50 gold, which is easy. How many runs did it take you to get Hodge? I'm on the 60th run, and seen it once. I stopped counting after like 120. I think the growth is server dependent. The main advertiser of Classic were streamers, so Fairlina is the server that probably gets the massive growth. I've checked Fairlina though. For Alliance, it's got some stagnant, just like Skeram, but Skeram is obviously the worst for Alliance growth. And when I say Alliance growth, it's because I want to gank Lobies on Alliance, right? Your stream looks great, so was just wondering. Oh. Appreciate it. Darn, rip lol? Wait, rip, what? Oh, you're talking about the growth? Just PvP in a PvE spec. You can, but it's... you just get murked on if... Like, most people these days know what they're doing, so PvP is a lot more difficult than it was back in the day. And that's the same for all games that have been out for 15 years, you know? If I went back to play Age of Empires 2, I'm gonna get absolutely destroyed by everyone. Even though I was really good at Age of Empires 2 back then, because I don't actively play it, I will be destroyed by people that actively practice the game, you know? It would take me a very long time to get back to a good enough skill level to even be able to play online with anybody. Because there's not an influx of new players, it's all old veterans. Hi Benji, hi Ninu. I got Hodge on my warrior, took about 6 runs. Lucky, man. Then yeah, might just be dying MMO, not sure. MMOs are pretty much dying, man. Most MMOs are just cash grabs, sadly. I was really hyped for Arcade Unchained, but it's already been destroyed by the player base. Which is sad, but that's just how it goes. I said rip to you saying 120 once. Oh yeah, ugh.
You got my attention.
I mean, it took me like 81 runs to get Shadowcraft chess piece, and it should never take that long. Alright, we're at 1 hour. Where's our gold at? 831. Cool. And that's not counting the potion selling, the blinding powder, which I have another 20 stack I'm going to keep so I don't run out next time. I joined a new guild last Sunday and found out yesterday they are PC. Oh no. Hey, I did the same thing, man. Luckily there's people that hate me and my stream and my YouTube channel, and they ratted me out to them, and I got G-kicked pretty quick before I made any connections with anybody. So, yeah, there you go. How much can you get average on your run? Of actively playing, it's supposed to be 60, but I haven't really counted it since the nerfs, because, usually, like, in 1 hour, I would have at least 5 or 10 star rubies, but I think we got 1. So it's been nerfed, for sure, and I even said in the video it was going to be nerfed. But I mean, heck, we made like 30 gold just out of the silver alone in 1 hour of not actively playing and waiting on vanish and crap. So that's not counting the potions and the blinding powder and...
I'm out of range.
Alright, pickpocketed them. Oh yeah, it's been stealth nerfed big time. I got Cape of the Black Baron on the 18th run, so I guess I can't complain. I think that's about how many it took me. I have 800 blinding powder saved up, lol. Oh yeah, that's plenty, dude. There's actually a market for it right now. You should sell some. On my server, they're going for like 1 gold a stack. And at the start of Classic, they were selling really well too, but people are running out of blinding powder because of all the PvP they're doing. You're thinking around 40? I mean, at least, like, most things you do in this game will be an average of 30 gold or more. If I just went and killed mobs for an hour, it's going to average me 30 gold an hour, even without skinning. If I go mining for an hour, I'm going to get about 30 gold an hour on average. If I go fishing, it's about... For me, it was 25 gold, but it's probably more like 30, depending on luck, you know? That's just how most things are. Like, the game is designed where everyone can just about be equal. Except for, of course, hunters and warlocks. And mages. So they nerfed this, but not the mage AoE farms, Lamau. Well, some mages I know are saying it got nerfed a little bit. Who knows, man? It really depends. If people at Blizzard that are in charge of buffing and nerfing things all play mage, then they're not going to nerf their own farm. This farm is great for me to get powders and potions for PvP. Exactly, man. That's why I'm doing it. Unless you can escape the PvP server world. That was my main thing. I needed more potions. I needed blinding powder. Since I sold all mine. And I don't want to buy Fade Leaf to make it. It's like, I'll just do this for a couple hours and I'll be good for a week. What's good for Warlock farming? My bro is a lock. There's Maradon. A lot of Warlocks do Maradon now. They can AoE, or not AoE, they can dot farm, like level 40 something humanoids, just chain farm it infinitely without ever resting. They can do the demons in Fellwood without resting. Like, once you have a geared Warlock and you dot mobs, they die. They just melt. And then you can life tap and then life drain mobs, and you just never need to stop. You have no downtime. SwoleBenji just bought my epic mount today, inspired by your BRD gold farm for rogues. Hell yeah, man. Now just get a carrot, get a spur and a riding glove, and then use the auto carrots add-on, and no one will ever be able to catch you. And you should be able to run down the vast majority of players and kill them. Would duo leveling with a 60 and a fresh account be ideal for quick leveling? If you can blow up dungeons quickly, then yeah. You would use your level 60 and your alt on a different account, and then you would get 3 other people to tag along on the dungeon runs, and you can just AoE dungeons and level to 60 very quickly. And you get carried solo at 60. As a semi-geared rogue, you should be able to solo Gazrilla. I've been able to do it on private servers. I haven't tried with my current rogue, but I do have the hammer. I would just have to go to Zul'Farrak and activate him, and then I should be able to kill him. He's only got like 10,000 health, and he's a level 40-something elite, so that should be doable, even with potions and whatnot. Like, he doesn't really hit too hard. You just gotta make sure you lure him into a corner, so when he does his pop-up, you don't, like, go flying. I have 700 gold. Cannot wait to get my epic mount. Just 200 away. Make sure you get rank 3. 10% cheaper. Yeah, there's a discount.
I'm out of range.
Are you using a pickpocket macro? I am. The pickpocket macro just clears target and then targets nearest enemy, and then casts pickpocket. Is all your gold 100% from pickpocketing? No. Some of my gold is from farming, like mining nodes, from farming mobs, from farming elemental earth, elemental fire, small flame sacks. Every week I try a different farm to see if it's good. Like, a big chunk of my gold right now is from war profiteering. Because everyone's buying sapper charges and grenades. So if I can flip and make a profit on that, that's what I've been doing. That's at least a couple hundred gold out of the 800 that I have. Some of it's from investments that I cashed in. Like, I had a lot of potions, and I flipped them all when Phase 2 came out, the PvP stuff. Because everyone was buying potions up like crazy to PvP with. People that spend a lot of money on consumables to get a slight edge on their PvP rank, it's just mind-boggling to me. To me, it's not worth the reward, you know? Is Pyromancer killing an LBRS any good? It is if the recipe is worth a lot on your server. For me, it's like 30 gold, and I would have to do it 5 times to maybe see 1. So 5 attempts at 30 gold is not enough for me. Yeah, I get people want to be competitive with PvP, so they want every edge possible. They want free action potions constantly, running. They want swiftness potions. They want to heal themselves constantly and to be restored with restore potions. And that's fine if they want to spend money on it. It's not something that I would spend money on because I think it's a waste. If I lose in a PvP fight, oh well, 2-minute corpse run. No, for me, I can't make 4 gold in 2 minutes. So it's not worth it, like, at all. And as far as honor goes, I don't really give a crap, you know? I don't care. Ah, fat-fingered vanish. Oh my god. Dang it. That wasn't good. That happens every stream, guys. I always fat-finger vanish. I did it again. Ugh. Ugh. Why? Why? What the hell? Why is my finger slipping? I guess it's because I haven't eaten anything since yesterday. I'm getting, like, shaky. Oh, dang it. Alright. Well, I don't know, let's kill some mobs for 10 minutes. Like, okay, so Shift D. I'm using my index finger for Shift D, right? When I push Shift D down, my finger would slip because the D key is literally a crater on my keyboard. Like, you know how you can see the letters on your keyboard? Well, my S and my D key is just a blob of... It's just like a crater because I push it so damn much. Like, the D key on my keyboard is the most worn out key that I have. You can't even tell what letter it is. It's indented. And I guess my fingers have eaten away at the plastic covering of the key to the point where you can see the inner plasticky softness of the key itself. And I was holding Shift and pushing D, and because it's slanted, it slips my finger down into the X key. Like, I don't know, man. Just... I've had this keyboard for, I don't know, maybe like 3 or 4 years? And it's a mechanical keyboard. It's not like a cheap one either. Are you sure I'm not doing it for amusement? No, I wanted to keep pickpocketing. That's okay, we can farm these guys. They drop keys and cloth and silver and stuff, so... Alright, so this mob's coming now. Have you seen the YouTube vid with the guy that has a 13,000 gold? What do you think about his gold farming tactic? I have not. Which guy are you talking about? Oh, you talking about Frostamus? He's a mage and he has 35 days in game played. He only farms gold and it's not that impressive. If you're talking about Frostamus, then 13,000 gold is pretty average for the amount of time he's played. As far as the amount of gold I've massed, it's definitely over 10,000 lifetime, for sure. But to just have that gold sitting on your account is useless. You need to invest that crap. That was an instant resist. The first mob. Guess we'll go kill more mobs for 4 minutes. Get kill the dog patrol and kill these two, or I can just go after these two. Here comes small patrol. Hey, people. Seth here. I did it this time. Yes. Very good. I gotta hope that this guy wakes up when there's no patrols, otherwise the patrols will run too. Okay, good. Instant resist, first mob. I can throw a net too, bro. Check this out. See, this is why I go engineering, so you can do dumb stuff like this. I don't want to waste my combo points. There we go. And he dropped a bow worth 50 silver. Not too bad while we wait on our vanish. Funny thing, turns out my guild is actually full up on tanks and healers, so I get to swap to a rogue to main and tear it up. Nice. How much do iron bombs sell on your server? Iron grenades? I own the market on that, and I sell them at 1 gold a stack, whereas everyone else tries to sell them at 2 gold a stack, but no one else's gets bought because I'm undercutting everyone. And I can flip the iron and the stone for about a 50 silver profit per stack, basically. But I also mine it myself. I don't really buy out iron and the stone unless it's really cheap. How much? Oh, okay, I just read that. Nice. And the I'll do it again thing. I would read that out loud, but we're trying to be a good boy to see if the YouTube algorithm is just messing me up on purpose or if it's something I said last time. But I do get it. It's the goofy reference from where he's in the court and he's like, "I'll do it again." Or he's like on trial for murder or something and Mickey Mouse is his lawyer. Is it worth me getting a Heartseeker crafted? I only have a Shadowfoot Stabber as main hand. I don't think so. Heartseeker, it would be like 500 gold. Just offer the top guild on your server 500 gold for Gut Gore Ripper. It's way better. I mean, if the materials are cheap for some reason on your server, go for it. But yes, they deserve. I forget where that one's from. That quote. It's from a movie. I just don't remember where from. Because I'm not really big on movies. Samuel L. Jackson. Oh, okay, so Pulp Fiction then, right?
Too far away.
Can't do that as I'm in a guild currently, but will be until I have the highest DKP. I can't link the YouTube vid, but it's called that. Now, I read your comment. Now, just McFadden, just for the YouTube algorithm today, because we're experimenting with it to see if it's something I said or something the chat said or the background music. I'm not gonna read that comment out loud, and I'm gonna delete it. But it's not something I normally do. Okay, I don't normally delete kind of comments like that. But this is a one-time thing. I swear, man. Ah, just fat fingered it again. Oh, damn it. Damn it. Hey, it's all good, man. YouTube was being weird, like, because it was all greenlit and stuff until I went to bed and woke up, and then it's like, hey, this wasn't suitable, and I'm like, what the heck is not suitable about it, man? The movie is called A Time to Kill. Time to watch a video. Well, I had prep up, so we're still good. We got another vanish. I just can't slip this time. Oh my god. This is why you don't intermittently fast and try to play video games, lads. Cut off finger, problem solved. This is the one time where skill clickers can be like, see, this is why I click my skills, guys. I just checked it. Blinding Powder 20x is 5 gold. See, the reason people list it that high, dude, is because they check the price of Fade Leaf, and they're like, oh, well, if Fade Leaf is this high, then Blinding Powder should be this high, too. But the fact is, you just go Pickpocket, and you get tons of Blinding Powder. And I normally just vendor it, because it's 25 silver a stack. And, you know, no one ever bought it until the PvP stuff came out. Sold it at 3 gold with Yale. Heck yeah, man. What? I didn't mean to do that. I'm not going to use my Vanish. I'm going to try to run out the instance to save it. Heck yeah, Stephen Miller with the sub. Appreciate it, man. I don't think I'm gonna make it to the instance portal, lads. Oh, they're coming. Nah, I think I got this. Yeah, it's definitely my shaky hands, because there's no reason for me to push my 1 key there. Oh crap. See you later, lads. Bunch of Alliance outside. Ugh. This is why you should eat before streaming. But will you survive outside? Luckily, we loaded fast enough. Someone pumped Adrenaline Rush to try to kill me there in the combat log. Imagine that. Popping Adrenaline Rush before Cheap Shot? just gonna kill this. See if we can get an elemental fire from it. I was gonna kill it before the fireball, and I did. Nice. How much gold for 1 hour of this dog? Or DG is what I interpreted that as. In 1 hour, because I have the timer going up here, we made like 32 or 33, 34 gold in just silver. Not counting the potions, not counting the blinding powder. That is countering vendoring the grays. But if I factor in the potion costs, like, that's like 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. There's another 5er stack somewhere. That's at least 15. So at least 45, depending on the market. And then if I'm able to sell the blinding powder, that's another, you know, couple gold. So not too bad. Imagine participating in PvP with a build that has Adrenaline Rush. It can be useful. And, you know, if people don't want to respec, you can still kill people as a combat spec. It's just, you can't kill a singular target as fast. And you can't do interesting re-stealth things. Like, if I gouge a person or cheap shot them out of stealth or something, like, combat builds have 10 seconds to re-stealth. And you out of combat in 5 to 7 seconds, depending on when you time your gouge. So you can't do re-stealth mechanics, which oh man, damn it. I'm gonna go. I don't know, man. What the hell? I need to go to like an office store, and there's this pink gel you can rub your fingers on. They make your grip extra, like, really strong. I need to go get some of that stuff. I'm not changing the keybind. It's in my muscle memory. It's never changing off Shift X. It's my damn keyboard. It's so worn out. I don't know, man. I think it's just the lack of food. Okay, here's how much gold are you up to? We're at 839 gold. We need to go vendor anyway, man. You need swole fingers. Yeah, this stream was just a trial, guys. And I'm about to end the stream, so yeah, I'm gonna go get food finally or something. Good morning, nurse. Yeah, sorry you joined late, man. This was just a little trial stream for something. Because the YouTube algorithm's being a little weird. And we keep, honestly, fat-fingering our Vanish when we're not supposed to. I'm gonna go vendor this, I'm gonna update the gold on the screen, and then I'm gonna end the stream, guys. Not because I'm fat-fingering Vanish, but just because this stream was a short one. I advertised it as a short one, and it's just an experiment on the algorithm, really. So I can go ahead and burn Sprint, get past all these dudes to get to the vendor faster. Thanks for the bar beer pool vid, optimize the crap out of it for your methods. Heck yeah. 30 more minutes, come on. No, can't do, man. I got stuff to do today. I gotta work on a video too. I haven't released a video in like 8 days. But I don't really know what to release for a video. I mean, yeah, everyone's like, make a PvP montage, make a how to PvP. But that takes a lot of time and a lot of work. Which I'm fine with doing, but It just means that the release would be like 2 to 3 weeks away is all. Hey, real quick before you end, can you show the sap macro? It's like, it's slash clear target slash target enemy cast sap. That's all it is. You use the sap macro in rogue versus rogue duels so that you can sap them first by just mashing the sap button. See how I can quickly switch between the 2 fire elementals there in front of me? That's all it is. Mace rogue video. I don't really have good maces. Highlights maybe a suggestion. Like there's a decent mace in Molten Core, but it's a healer mace. And then there's Iron Foe, which I've never seen drop. I don't need a stealth on the bar. Always buy out his Dark Irons, Dark Iron Ales.
Interest ya in a pint?
Alright, so that ends us at 840 gold. Let's update that. And that's just in silver and grays. Not too bad. Just a short little stream. Lord Kazakh Mace. Yeah, that's a world boss. World bosses, I'm never gonna get those. Don't even count on world bosses unless you're in the top guilds. Or the biggest Zerg guilds. Ever solo Ingerforge? I have done it where you jump on the ledge and you kite him around and you heal a bunch. It takes so long and it's not worth the time. It honestly isn't. You can steal the 2 beers. I stole one earlier. So if I steal another one, he's gonna get pissed off or whatever, which, fuck it, it doesn't matter because I'm gonna teleport out anyway. Oops, I said the F word, guys. The YouTube algorithm's gonna get me for it. Have you ever managed to get any epics from lockboxes? I have not. The only blues I've gotten is from recipes. And creep around the top here. Alright, well that's it for the stream. It's just a short one just to test the algorithm out. Just to see if it's words I'm using, if it's the music I'm using, if it's something I said last stream that could be controversial, I don't know, or something the chat is saying. So I'm just gonna let this one ride and see what happens. And then I'll do more. If it doesn't, get accepted, then I'll try something different on the next one until we figure out what is causing it to happen. Just trial and error, Maybe a rogue leveling guide with like 30% more Wojaks. I mean, I'd have to level a rogue to make a rogue leveling guide. And I don't want to level another rogue, or anything really. I mean, I'm working on a warrior, but I don't know. Anyway, guys, that's it for the stream. As always, be a bro and stay swole, and let me know in Discord or comments or whatever what you want to see me do. I don't know, guys. I'm just like flatlined on ideas right now, so yeah, appreciate you guys coming. I'm sorry it's a short, tiny stream, but again, it's just a little experiment for the YouTube algorithm. Appreciate it, lads. I'll see you next time. As far as when I'm streaming next, I don't really know. Maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow morning. I have no clue, man. All right, take care, lads.